Hi, Adele.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I cannot complain. I love to see the sunshine.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful
so
out.
nice. It's so nice. And with you is Scott Swiler. He's the marketing coordinator. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. And Katie Moore is with us. She's the regional director of marketing. She is here for moral support as well. All right, guys, let's jump right in. Adele, tell us all about Beacon of Hope Hospice.
Well, first of all, Beacon of Hope has switched locations. So I think that's huge for everybody to know. We are in a smaller standalone building now, and it is located at 1235 North Henderson.
Yes, I got a chance to stop in there. It's a nice place.
It is really nice, yes.
Yeah. So the move, what prompted the move?
We're just looking for a location that was more of a standalone where everybody could be in one building, one location, kind of support the team.
Perfect.
So that was our goal.
Okay. And Beacon of Hope Hospice, tell us about what you guys do.
So hospice in general is just there for support when someone has a life-limiting illness. So that can be a time when it's very frightening for families and for the patients, for the individual. And when there's no other option for them, they turn to hospice for extra support.
It's so needed and so vital and so important.
Correct.
Scott, tell us about your role with Beacon of Hope.
I'm new to the position, so I'm kind of learning the ropes as it goes here right now, but mainly going around to facilities and making the referral process easier for the patients and facilities, lining everything up and communicating with our staff in between theirs.
Very important stuff to do. You don't think about, when a person's going through a tragedy, we don't think about anything extra. We're in that moment. And so to have someone help guide us is really key and vital for that next step.
If you think about it, we plan for so many things in our life, right? Dying is a natural process, but we don't typically plan for that. What does that look like? And so our goal is to educate people and to make them aware of the support that's out there for them when they need this, so that it's not just fear-based when that time comes.
Okay. And Scott, what happens once this referral's made? What's the next step?
The process is to...
The next step for when a referral is made, we'll reach out. Our goal is to get in front of the family or the patient within an hour. If you can imagine when someone goes to the hospital or the doctor's appointment and they hear the word hospice, right? You're filled with anxiety. And our goal is to meet with someone within an hour or two to help answer any questions, to tell them, what their options are in regards to hospice and provide that education.
Okay. And doing all of this with such grace and being humble. It's so hard to talk with families about something they know is happening, but you're the reality and also that comfort, trying to help them through this process.
Yeah. A lot of times it's just getting in front of people and finding out what their concerns are, right? What their goals are for their loved one or for themselves. And then it's our job to help them with those goals, right?
Sure.
To see them through, to provide them some comfort and some dignity.
Okay. In the hospice process, how does it work? Is it something that it is paid for? How does that happen, the service itself?
Yeah, it is 100% covered by Medicare.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 100% covered by Medicare. As you're working, you are filling buckets, right? And so part of what you are paying into is the Medicare benefit. Many times people don't utilize it early enough in the process. And that's why you'll see someone come on to hospice and maybe they pass away in a day or two. But ideally, they qualify for hospice services a lot earlier in the process. But having that conversation is difficult. It's a scary process. And our goal is to get in front of people earlier in the process so they can see the full benefit. The support of the chaplain, the support of the social worker, the support of even an aide can go a long ways to help people. Our goal is to help people age in place. And so that means we go wherever a patient is, whether they're living in a home, whether they're living in assisted living, independent high-rise, in a nursing facility. So we go wherever home is for that patient. And we can go along with them during the stages, too. So as they move to long-term care, we can follow them from home to that location.
Okay. Do we have an average? I know every case is different, but is there an average of how long hospice typically should last? I know it's based on what's happening to the patient, but you had mentioned that sometimes we don't do it soon enough?
Yeah. Typically, the Medicare guideline is 6 months or less.
Okay. That makes sense then.
Now, we do have people who have been on hospice for more than 6 months. There's a recertification process that goes along with that.
Okay. Okay. And Scott, you're out meeting people. What are they saying? And I'm sure they want to get to know as much as they can about your company.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing right now is people that are taking care of loved ones aren't enjoying the process of the quality of life. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we're taking care of everything. We are, changing diapers, getting food, doing everything. And that's where the company can step in and help them with that process so they can sit down and enjoy their mother, their father, their aunt, their uncle, and everything. So I think that's what people forget about, and that's why they do it too late.
That's a great point, because when you become the caretaker, you really become the caretaker.
Yeah.
And you want instead to have those, you want to take care of them, but having moments when they are lucid and you can actually talk, mm-hmm. those are precious moments too.
Yeah. Our goal is to come in and help with the care so they can go back to being the loved one, right?
Good
They
point,
can take out that responsibility of having to carry that burden of caring for mom or caring for dad, right? We can speak from experience with that. Having someone else come in and take some of that burden, that's our goal. And that's what our team does. The Galesburg team does a great job.
Plus you're there for them, for them to talk to and to bounce things off of and because nobody wants to feel like they're the only ones going through something that's so painful and challenging. Now, do you have in place some sort of chaplain, any type of spiritual setting as well?
Yeah, so Medicare guidelines require us to have a chaplain. We have Zach is our chaplain, and he does a fantastic job. He also follows for 13 months afterwards, a minimum of 13 months. So that's huge for people as well. A lot of people need that extra support after their loved one passes away. It's important for that person who is passing away also to know that their loved one is going to be taken care of. So, yes, we provide a chaplain.
Okay. Sounds like all the bases are covered. You guys have really thought this through. Company's been around a long time. I've been, going to a long time seeing Candy at different events. Candy Meekum, but she's part of your corporate leadership team, too. Tell us about the company and the staff and the great people that work for you.
Yeah, so we have been around for over 30 years. I don't know that people know that. I would say to work within the hospice field, you really have to have a hospice heart. And I think anybody that's worked in hospice can relate to what I'm saying now. You're very passionate about what you do, and there's a why behind why you do it, right? I'm there to provide education for people because my goal is to not have them be so scared about the process. We're here to help you with that. A lot of people just don't want to be opened up to having that conversation. And our team is really good at just comfort in a time where people feel like they are lost, right? There's no one out there to help them. That's what all of our goal is. The Galesburg team is really good. They have CNAs that have been around for a long time, nurses that are very, very empathetic, as well as very good, registered nurses. So they're case managers. They're no longer just a nurse. They're going in and they're managing the caseload of that patient, and that looks different to everybody.
Sure. What areas do you cover, Scott?
I'm from Mercer to McDonough, so basically I'm going from Mercer, Knox, Warren, Henderson, and McDonough.
So quite a big territory, Adele, overall.
Yeah.
And not just here. I think you're in other locations also.
Yeah, we have another hospice care consultant that does more the Peoria, Kewanee area, so kind of the east side of Galesburg.
Okay.
And then we also have a branch in Davenport. So we bump up to Davenport, Orion, Muscatine, that territory.
Sure. Okay. How do people get a hold of you? What's a good way to learn more about you guys?
They can go on to the Beacon of Hope website, or they can also just make a phone call. Scott's phone number is 309-760-0466. Okay. We're happy to meet. So even if someone is not going to come onto our services right away or at all, part of what we do is just educate, and that's our goal.
Okay. And Scott, as Adele mentioned, having a hospice heart is really a big part of this. All of you have got that heart for families. What inspired you guys to be a part of this?
Well, as you know, I've just made a career shift, so
yes.
Experiencing it and being involved in it changes your aspect of things. Until you really get involved and see things on the other side, it's hard to justify. It may not affect you directly, but it probably affects someone in your family, whether you know it or not. So that's one thing. If you see it, you can always reach out and ask for help. We're always here, whether it's whatever you need. We may not have the answer for you right away, but we can find an answer and help you out through a process.
Okay. Glad you guys are there for folks. It's truly a blessing to have hospice care for loved ones. Anything else you want people to know about Beacon of Hope Hospice, Adele?
That we are a phone call away, and we're happy to just answer questions.
And you don't have to go through a doctor, insurance, anything like that. Now, what do you do if you don't have Medicare? What if it's someone younger? It's a tragedy, any death, but especially when it's someone younger, it's sometimes it can be more challenging.
Absolutely. So we do take regular insurance. So if there is a copay or deductible, we'll know that ahead of time. So we'll work through that with the family. Medicaid is another option as well. And then we also have a foundations program, which is paid for by donations and our foundations. And so basically if someone doesn't have a form of payment, we will look at seeing if we can get them hospice. Our goal is to make sure everybody dies with dignity and comfort, and so we will help.
Okay. I so appreciate you guys coming in, keeping us understanding about this. I know you're going to be out at halfway to freezing for food, talking to folks today as well. So thank you so much. And for those that are like, well, I know this Coach Swiler guy. Why do I know him? Tell people what you were doing at West Central.
I was coaching softball. Actually, this past year, I've helped out Monmouth College pitching staff too. So hoping to continue that here this next fall and spring, depending on scheduling and everything else. But yeah, I was West Central softball coach for 8-9 years out there. So
champion softball.
Yes, well, that's true. I don't like to toot my own horn, so they're doing
but you
well.
earned it. You earned that championship with your Achilles tendon. Remember?
I did accidentally tear Achilles. So that was the last time I was here at the freezing food drive. So I was in a scooter at the time.
Yes, and thank God your wife was here, and yes, you were on the scooter. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun.
You were a trooper.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We'll see you again today.
That's perfect.
Okay. Adele, thank you so much as well.
You.
Adele Malcolm with us. She is the Chief Business Development Officer, Scott Swiler, Marketing Coordinator, and Katie Moore, Regional Director of Marketing with Beacon of Hope Hospice. You can find them in Galesburg or on their website.